Hi everyone. Thanks for coming and hanging out. It's Mahjong time. Sorry I'm late. I was so cozy in bed and it was so cold. But I got some fluffy socks on. I got up and out of bed. And it's Mahjong time. Let's hop in with some Silver Room East. Uh there's an event going on right now. So I'll do some pulls. We'll do a match or two and then we'll do some pulls. Because I've been saving my 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 pulls. I have some pull tickets. I have a bunch of Jade. We'll see what we get. I think the new character is cool. Alright, head up 3, expert 1, head up 2. We're east, door is 2 so, 569. Teach the night first. 14689, 345 east, white, green. I played a couple matches the other day, and I did very poorly. So we'll see what's in store today. My brain is not completely on yet, but we'll see. I'm very excited. I get to go to the store after stream. I've been same fooding for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm out of the same food, so now I'm like, well, there's nothing to eat in my house. There's simply nothing to eat. So I'm excited to go to the store later and get more of my same food. I'm gonna make another bean salad. I'm gonna get some eggs. It's exciting times, folks. It's happening. I get to go to the grocery store. And hopefully it's not the world's worst event of all time. Because the grocery store is hell right now. Hi, welcome in. But I'm excited for getting more food. Because I really have been. I've been fucking vibing with bean salad. Yeah, just with the holidays. It's looking grim. But I want to get some ingredients for bean salad. I want to get some eggs so I can scramble them. That is my goal, because then I can return to same fooding for the next 2 weeks. But when I made my bean salad, I used all the frozen corn, and so I had to go get more frozen corn. And I have to get, like, onion. And, like, I want to get, like, I have a particular dressing in mind, so I want to get, like, a dressing. But then I have beans. Oh, I should have ditched the 5. I forgot that was Dora. I mean, ditching the 5 would also be dangerous. I probably could have ditched the 1-2 more safely. I just didn't. I immediately saw the danger of footy 10. It's shiny even, yeah. I clicked it so quickly I didn't even see the shiny. South Door 3 is scary. What are the safe discards? I'm just gonna play defense here. I don't want to deal into either player right now. This hand could have been something, but that was a very costly mistake. Probably safe. I did, as an early holiday gift, I picked up Dirtbag Mahjong, and I just finished playing through the all the story content. Yeah, probably Tanya only. And it's interesting. So my next goal is to... Well, that's... Honestly, might be safe, but... But my next goal is to look through... There's a Godot modeler, Godot. I don't know how they pronounce it. I would assume Godot, but I don't know. But there's a mod loader, a generic mod loader for Godot. That's fine. I would much rather pay out 1,500 than the value of those hands. We're north. Door is Tuso again. But there's a mod loader that I'm gonna take a look at and see about implementing. I've looked at some of the logs because I've been bug reporting as I've run into stuff in Dirtbag. And the logs are very helpful for determining how the game structure looks at scoring. So my first goal is going to see if I can change the mission for a particular stage. Just change it to something else. And if I can figure out doing that, then I will have a good step towards implementing mods. And then eventually Archipelago integration. But I've officially played through all of it. I don't have all the achievements, but I've unlocked all the stages and all the little cosmetics and stuff. It might be easier, honestly, to integrate something based on free play mode. But I think that'd be less compelling for Archipelago. And that's my ultimate goal. But it was fun. It's a fun little game. I'm excited to see how I can tweak it. Because that's definitely going to get a... like, if I'm looking to increase the playtime I'm putting in this game, if I can get Archipelago integration, I'm going to play Dirtbag every day. So... I don't like that. FBI. Hello? Oof, rough. That is rough. It was literally safe. Right before they called Reach. So it was a wild wait to have. I don't know, maybe it wasn't that wild, I wasn't looking. But yeah, Dirtbag is fun. I've run into a couple bugs, but the devs have been super responsive. I just hopped in their Discord and mentioned some stuff in the bug reporting channel. It's neat. But it's cute. I really love the art style. And I think the like abilities they have are interesting. And really they've done like the big thing is they've done so much of the groundwork for implementing more stuff. Right? Just having the fully realized Mahjong engine is really nice. God damn it. I just ditched the 9. We pick up the 7. Guess we got a club sandwich here. Another 4. Do I just, like, go to Pear Town? Maybe I go to Pear Town. Fuck it, it's Pear Town. And we can have Tanya too, I guess. Is this smart? Probably not. My brain is still chugging. Six probably would have been better to ditch there. The odds of getting another 6 are unlikely. Alright, 3 Mon, 3 Peen are what we want to look for. Because the 7 So is lower value, the indicator. Alright, what is likely safe here? 3 Mon. 13 2 So. I'm really bad at assessing safety. Let's try 2 So. Just because 5 seems dangerous. Okay. 6 9 Peen was their weight. That's a lot of points. Alright, we're north. Dora is north. We have pair 1 2 5 8 9, 5 8 pair 7 pair 8 red. Really put me in Pairs Town today. Ditch the 1. But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't done, like, programming in a long time, and I miss it. So, getting to poke around with Goro seems relatively, like, approachable, I guess. So I'm excited to poke around with it. I think it's going to be fun. We could get Sanshoku. Ipeiko Sanshoku would be... I would be the happiest woman on earth, but the odds of getting Sanshoku closed and Ipeiko are not likely. I guess it would be Chanta as well, right? Chanta is outside. If I get the Sanshoku. Because I ditched the 5 and the 2. Pair 1, 7 8 9, 7 8 9. Double 7 8 9, yeah. Alright, yeah, fuck it, I'll open for that. Jun-chan? Oh, is Chanta half? Chanta is half outside, Jun-chan is full outside? I've given up on Ipeiko. Because I think the odds of actually fulfilling Ipeiko closed are unlikely. I mean, none of this is advisable. This is going for a not very feasible hand. I just could use a lot of points because we're not looking very good. This 6-mon is... well, doesn't matter, but that would have been dangerous to discard. Alright, on to East 3. Jinshan's only 2 on open. Well, this is how we learn. Or West, Dora has 1 peen. Just the 9 first. East, then South. Okay, this could work here. Pick up either a 7 or a 3, and we've got a triple weight. That's good. Stitch one of the 9s. We got pair 1 already. I'd love to pick up a 3. Another 5. Miss the 8 safely. I'd love to pick up a 3. To make this Dora work. Swap it for 6-8. Another 4. I don't really want... no, it's not useful for me. Because, like, I could have pair 4 and then 5-6 something, but I've already got the pair 1. And I'm not, like... I'm not gonna end up with Tanya with this hand, I don't think. I'd have to scrap too much. Ditch the 1. Because now, at least, we could potentially get Sancho going 4-5-6. Is my thought. Another 5. I don't want another 5. Is it better than... yeah, I think it's better than this 4-5-5-6. Okay, well, at least it wasn't me. At least it was Sumo and not me. Time for all last. We're in 3rd. Goodness, got a frog in my throat. Excuse me. Okay, we got pair green. That's 1. Can we do anything else? I'd love to have anything else. Well, we're not getting my Sea Wind. We're not getting Prevalent Wind. We're not getting White Dragon. We're not getting Red Dragon. I'm assuming this is a 3 little dragons hand. So I'm not discarding these. That's way too high risk. I love how I just drew my 2nd tile. Another 5. Fuck it, we can do something here. Yeah, why not? We're getting zesty. I gotta do something. Is this the something I should do? Not likely. It's not last. I'll tell you that, it's not last place. I only lost 11, that's not bad. Completed one quest. It was play a match. Alright, we'll do one more, and then, depending on how long it takes, we'll either take a break and then do polls, or we'll do polls and then take a break. I think I have, like, just from, like, them giving out shit, I have, like, 6 or 7 poll tickets, plus the Jade. Adept 3, Expert 1, Adept 1. Dora's white. Touch the green. 359 268 479. Oh, polls. Almost. Yeah, let me poll everybody. What should I receive from the Gampa? Hello, everyone. Tell me what you think I should win. Okay, the 7-9 is not as good now. I mean, it wasn't great, but it's worse. I like the red 5. I enjoy Adora. It's that dang vowel shift is getting me. I say, yeah, ditch this. We could straight on Manzu. I don't know a lot about the new lady character they added, but I do know that under her hobbies it says coveting the possessions of others, which is immediately awesome. There's like a new samurai guy who's like a blind swordsman kind of deal, and he's huge. And then they have right now I think they have Lin Lang, who's the like white dragon girl, and then they have one of the other like more basic characters that I don't really care about. I want Lin Lang at some point, and I want the new character. And there just haven't been any good banners recently, so I've just been saving it up with no intent. So I figured I'd do some polls as a holiday present to myself. I have the currency. I think like halfway through January they're swapping it over or something. Or maybe like in a couple days they're swapping it to the next set. They're gonna have the new characters still, but on the like swapping banner. Yeah, they have the snowball fight thing. It's boring. But it's got rewards, so not a great wait, but a relatively early wait. And now I can talk about shit. I'm trying to brainstorm my bean salad. So I'll probably go with kidney beans again. Like a dark kidney bean. And no aura. That's fine. A dark kidney bean. I might the limited Ricci stick decoration. Ooh. I don't even remember what that is. I'll have to take a look. 3, so is Dora. But I'm probably gonna go with a dark kidney bean. I don't know if I'm gonna go with a chickpea again. I liked it, but I'm going kind of a different direction because I'm gonna do feta and like a more of like a Mexican dressing. So I don't know if the chickpeas are gonna fit in. So I might go with like, I don't know, pinto? Like a lighter colored bean to contrast. Fuck it, I will take a discard 3 reach. God damn. Again, not a good weight, but early, Aka 1. Potential for Tura. And fucking no information in my discards. But yeah, so I'll go for the dark kidney beans. I think we're good. Probably a lighter colored bean like a pinto or maybe chickpeas again. I'll probably do red onion this time instead of... I just did white onion last time because that's what I had on hand. But I'll either do red onion or shallot. Maybe a little minced garlic could be nice. And then the dressing, will salt. I'll probably do radish kimchi again, just because it fits in nicely, and I still have some in the fridge. No. My reach bet. Alright. We are west still. Dora is 5 bean. We got 1 3 pair 4, 2 pair 3 5 7 1 8 red. Ditch the 1. 1 so is probably worse. We'll ditch that next. And then we'll think about cleaning up the dragons. Well, now it's got a friend. Oh my god. What else should I put in? Like, maybe a can of, like, diced tomatoes. I'm still iffy on tomatoes. Because, like, just... I know that they're not technically raw because they, like, heat them when they can them, but, like... intact, like, pieces of tomato, I'm very picky about. And I don't know if I want to mix it in if I'm not going to like it. Because I don't want to have to pick it out. I might get some jalapenos, some like pickled jalapenos. I could dice those up and toss them in. That could be nice. And like, cotija would probably be like a better fit because I'm doing the like Mexican theme, but like I just like feta a lot and I'll eat it on other stuff. So I'm just gonna get a tub of feta because I know I like it. I like cotija too, but I feel like there are fewer things I make regularly that it would be good on. I want to do cucumber, but we just aren't buying them because feels like every time there's a foodborne illness outbreak, it's like, yes, the romaine lettuce and cucumbers. I mean, like, you'll be able to blitz through it pretty quickly. Like, if you just like log in the next couple days, you'll be fine. Because all you have to do is power up like the highest power attack, and then just click that once, and it destroys like their first 20 levels. It's pretty easy. I mean, you could play some matches if you wanted to. I'm not saying don't, but like, the current event is kind of boring and very easy. So I wouldn't sweat it if I were you. And the rewards are fine. You know, it's just more like gift bags and stuff. And the like loading screens. Man, I'm the queen of bad weights today. I'm just cruising around on fucking mediocre weights. It's some Dora one. Every time I've been waiting on a single tile. Oh, and corn. I can't believe I forgot to mention corn. Perpetually broke on copper. Okay. Well, we ended up in 4th, so I think this is as good a time as any to do some sympathy polls. To make up for my lackluster performance. All right, let's say. Well, actually, hold on. First, we'll do our snowball brawl. Claim this shit. Claim these. Get 3 dragons pearls. Look at training. I think I'm just gonna save up to upgrade Snowball 3 again. Because this just turns it from 6 damage to 9 damage, which one-shots most stuff. And if it doesn't, then I just toss a single Snowball. This is... I claim my stuff. Oh, these haven't unlocked yet, yeah. I've cleared most of these levels. Just the rewards aren't out yet. Okay. So let's take a look. Sakura Bloom. This is the character I kind of like, because she's like a manipulator. Is this the Riichi bet? Oh, it's the prayer arrow. And then this is the like cool blind swordsman guy. And then... yeah, okay. So it's like Doll Girl and Lin Lang. And then these two, who I don't care about. So let's pull here. We'll use our regular tickets first. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's the winning animation. That's fun. Okay. I'm just gonna burn all my summon tickets here, and then we'll see how many 10 pulls I want to do with my Jade. I'll use these gifts because I'm doing the bonding for all the random characters I have. Teddy Bear is good. I need that for Yuzu. Painting. I think I need that for Archer. I don't typically get the pull on the men, but I got one from an event a while ago. Okay. So I have how many 10 pulls do I have? Like maybe 4? No, not 4. What am I talking about? Maybe 3. I could just buy her instead of doing this shit. And then I could pull on the Lin Lang one. How much does Lin Lang cost? Is she cheaper? No, she's the same. I just buy one of them. Or I could pull to see if I get one and then buy the other. This is the character Yeah, hobby, coveting what belongs to others. I was like, she's so relatable. She's so me. And then where's Lin Lang? In this case, cherishing your bones is the same as cherishing your life. I just think she's cute. Let's do a 10 pull. Let's see what we get. Dress, fanzine, console, bumpkin. That's a ghost. Why is it called bumpkin? I got the Richie again. Or the winning animation again. Right, so that just turns into... Why is it called bumpkin? That's so weird. Alright, let's do one more 10 pull. See if we get a character. That's a character. Yay! Sorry about this useless body of mine. She's so relatable. I would say that too. Nice. I'll see if because like Lin Lang is a regular character, right? She's not like an event specific one, right? She's around. So like I can take my time to decide if I want to buy her with fortune whatever these are called. Because you can use them to buy like event limited ones too. So I might save them. But honestly, I'm good with that. I'm gonna stop there. What is her gift that she likes? Cookies. Okay. Here, have a cookie. Awesome. All right, let's do one more match and then we'll take a break. That last one went quick. Yeah, bad Rishi luck is good pull luck. Easy. I just want to say, I'm very proud. I've never paid for Jade outside of the Fortune Charm. I have a $5 a month subscription to Mahjong Soul, and that's it. I have never paid more money for this stupid game. And I'm very proud of that. Alright, add 133. We are south. Bear white I like, although it's the least valuable dragon. Yeah. This 9 is stinky, this north is stinky. Everything else has kind of got a purpose. North next. And then probably green? Although that could be risking dealing it in. Three-four is good. Oh my god, guys! It's the Yugimoto! I didn't realize we were facing against a legend. Oh my god. He's so skilled at card games. I wonder how he does with tile games. Holy cow. Alright, game faces. Alright, we can do this. We're doing it. I believe in the heart of the tiles, Yugi. Can you say the same? I mean, probably that's kind of your thing, but there's no Exodia to save you here. And then he just plays Pot of Greed, which allows him to draw 2 additional tiles, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't know we could do that. There's this other one. I've exhausted all of my Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge. That's all of it. A Slifer the Sky Dragon, I think, is one of them. And then Blue Eyes White Dragon. And Red Eyes Black Dragon. And Karibo. Those are all the cards I know. I'm sorry, how could I forget about Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl? Dark Magician Girl was my trans awakening. As a small child, I was like, ah, okay, this makes sense. I will say, most of my knowledge about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because I, this year, played a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon Fire Red ROM hack. And so, I had to learn some of them. I'm currently playing through, it's been pretty fun. I just started playing through Pokemon Odyssey, which is a Fire Red ROM hack inspired by, like, Etrian Odyssey, which I've never played. And we can get a 10 by here. Here we go. But inspired by Etrian Odyssey and something else. I don't remember. I don't see it. I was just looking at... I had a reference document pulled up because they have a new type they added that I cannot remember the weaknesses for. Because it's like almost fairy type, but it's not. It's ether type, I think. And it's like, it's weak to poison, like fairy type is, but then everything else is different. And there's no fairy type because it's a Fire Red ROM hack. And I did, however, because it's the first 3 gens of Pokemon. With some, like, extra forms and then, like, later evolutions of those first 3 gen Pokemon. And so immediately I was like, alright, I gotta hunt down my boy Dunsparce and my girl Girafarig. Right, those are my 2 favorite Pokemon. I gotta find. And I was like, but I don't want to, like, spoil stuff, because, like, the whole point of me playing this ROM hack is because it's all new. You know, it'll give me that feeling of playing Pokemon for the first time. But I was like, I gotta look for them. I know they're in the game. The odds of me running into them are higher. But I was like, I can't spoil it. I was about to look it up, and I was like, I can't spoil it. I have to... And there's an in-game, like, field dex, essentially, that lets you check what the encounters are in certain areas. And so I was checking it in every area, and I was like, well, I don't see them here, I don't see them here, I don't see them here. And then I completed a quest, and the guy was like, oh, sorry, I can't give you the reward because your party's full. And I was like, oh, there are quests that give Pokemon as reward. That's neat. So I put a Pokemon away, and I went, and he was like, here's your reward. And he gave me a level 20 Girafarig. And I'm like, yo! Just absolutely stumbled into that one. And I just got my favorite Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon, just from a random quest. It was just a guy who was like, bring me 3 Topaz, please. So I'm very excited. I now have a Girafarig on my team. This is very cool. I have to go to the name raider still and give it a custom name. That too was probably not the best thing to discard. I could have discarded the Souths, because I have the pair 9 already. And the pair 8, honestly. I can mostly remember the type chart for regular Pokemon, but as was put on display during my randomized Nuzlocke I did during the Pokemon for Palestine, fundraiser with Poppy. We did the Soul Link Nuzlocke. I make a lot of assumptions about how type advantage works because I only keep the type chart in my head based on like mnemonics and uh theory. Right, so I'm like, right, so um you know, grass is weak to fire because fire burns grass. You know, fairy is weak to steel because iron hurts fairies, all that stuff. And so I'll do shit like see a Reuniclus and go, right, it's green, it's a grass type. It's grass psychic. No, it's just psychic type. You can't just assume because it's green that it's a grass type. You can't do that. So I do be making assumptions. Which is not helpful if you are playing essentially hard mode. I'm like, right, Bug resists fighting because you can't punch a bee. And Bug is weak against flying because a bird eats a bug. Oh, the types are randomized? That's pain. I don't think I could ever do a type randomize. The two things we didn't randomize in the Soul Link that we did was types and stats. Types and stats were the same, but all the like items, abilities, moves, all that stuff were randomized. Fire, electric, sand slash. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, kudos to taking on that challenge. I will see like the Etrian variants or whatever in Pokemon Odyssey and be like, what the fuck are you? Like, this Elekid is an anime boy. What are you? Who are you? The ball toy looks like a magnet, but it's not steel type? I don't know what you are. One thing I will say is they buffed a lot of Pokemon to make basically every Pokemon viable. Because the main character of that game, their starters are a Plusle and a Minun. And so they made Plusle and Minun good. So that you could do that. You know, they improve their movesets and that kind of stuff. So that, like, they actually have good supporting moves and they work together. Also, all the trainer battles are double battles, so you always get to take advantage of plus and minus. Which is just a really cool way to do the game, because... yeah, otherwise, like, you never... like, Plusle and Minun are never viable because you're only rarely having double battles. So it's cool to see. The wild battles are obviously still single battles, which means typically when I'm not, because I had to swap my Pokemon around because I had Plusle in the primary spot just by default in the first slot of my party, and Plusle is like the more supportive of the two, whereas Minun is the like damage tank. So you're using Plusle to use like Helping Hand and stuff to buff the electric type moves on the Minun. So Plusle in the first slot is really bad for fighting wild Pokemon because it's all helping moves. I mean, it has some damaging moves, but they're not very good. But I'm excited. I have an Etrian Mightyena now. I caught a Poochyena. I've always said Poochyena, but people say Poochyena because it's like hyena. But then when it evolves, you don't call it Mightyena, you call it Mightyena. So like, anyway, but it's cool. It's Ice Dark, so you get an Ice type early. So it's got like stab, icicle spear and stuff, and it has intimidate. I got a recently got a Gyarados that I haven't tested out in battle, but I'm assuming Gyarados is still cracked. Because I caught a Magikarp ages ago. I have a couple gripes with it, but I think that's just because it's the parts that are less Pokemon-y and more Etrian Odyssey-y. It's like there are fights that it's like you basically can't win, and so you have to avoid them until you get powered up. Which is just feels weird to trying to like do stealth stuff on the D-pad. Just feels strange, like trying to avoid these paths and stuff. Which you kind of do avoiding optional trainers and stuff, but it's weird. They have like patrolling paths and stuff. Your starter is a fighting type Leafeon, and the rival has a flying type Minun. Well, that's one way to make your Minun immune to ground type attacks. I wouldn't say it's the best way, but it is one way. But it's cool. I like the designs of the Etrian variants. And I don't know anything about Etrian Odyssey, so they're all just like cool designs. I think they're like references to characters and stuff, but to me they're just like, wow, you know, cute dress on Gardevoir. Moves are randomized but weighted for stab. That's good at least. I'd love to get any points. We are west. Dora is 4 peen, which we have. It's very tasty. Ditch the one here. Probably ditch west soon. We don't get a friend. Yeah. We could potentially get Tanya here. Ditch the one. I'll do that. It's trading a 1 for a 1, but this one actually has value. Especially I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 something. Ditch this extra 5, do pair 6. Then I have to do something with the 8 and the 3, I guess, which isn't great, but another 3. Just 3, so one thing I will say about Dirtbag Mahjong, actually, I really like the Dirtbag abilities. I think they're fun. They change up the game. They change how you do stuff. I hate Vren's ability. I hate playing against Vren's ability. Because Vren is the master baiter. So they can force you to only use your abilities against him, which is like annoying but fine. They can also force you to only call on his tiles to the point where there is an achievement for missing out on calling Ron because of Vren's ability, because that's the game. And it's like, that hurts. That really hurts. I just realized I've potentially put myself in 30-10 with the 8 here. Very cool. You know what? I just want any points. We're gonna get zesty with it. Open Tanya, baby. Always, always fails me. Toho Mahjong? Okay, now I didn't know Toho Mahjong exists, so now I have to go play that. At least I only got third. That's fine. Alright, let's take a quick... It's not an English version. You know, fair play. Alright, let's take a quick break, because my ad break is coming up automatically, so we're gonna step up, stretch my legs, grab a drink or a snack, whatever you need, and I will run the ad over that so it doesn't obscure any top-tier, high-level Mahjong gameplay. So I'll be back shortly. See you all in a moment. Hello, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around during the break. I did look up Tenho Mahjong, and it looks like if you were talking about Tenho Genso Mahjong, or sorry, Toho Genso Mahjong, on Steam at least it says it has English interface and subtitles as options, so that's neat. If that's the one you're talking about, I know Toho is like one of those things where it's everything. At a 232. Toho's got like a trillion different games, so. That one also has mixed reviews on Steam, so I don't know if it's actually good. Toho Genso Mahjong 3. Okay. I was also distracted slightly because I was trying to look up ideas for what to put in bean salad. Okay, so it's the remaster on Steam. Okay. Because it was on... I think it's on Switch, too. Or Switch as well. Switch version is 4N. Okay. Noted. I don't know, maybe I'll give it a look. I know so little about Toho. Just that, like, Toho has become every genre of game. Like, I think it's a bullet hell. It's supposed to be a bullet hell, is what Toho is, and then the Toho characters have entered every different kind of game you could possibly imagine. It's supposed to be a bullet hell. Because I've seen, like, fighting games with Toho characters. I've seen, like, Persona, like, early Persona, or I guess more Shin Megami Tensei style games with Toho characters. I've seen, like, Toho Souls-likes, Toho Metroidvanias. Like, Toho is everything now, I guess. So... There are official Toho fighting games. Okay. Because I think a lot of the games I've seen have been fan games. But there are also a lot of them that are being sold for money. Which I don't think they typically allow fan games to do. Oh, they just don't care? I mean, cool. That sounds chill. I'm not used to that being the case. Ditch the ones. We'll keep north as our pair. Got 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. I need to make something with Peen, and then... There we go. So I just have to make something with Peen, and then we're set. Relptica. That's a good name, Relptica. What is this character? I feel like I don't remember that character. I think it was an event character, maybe. Or it could be the, like, Soul Bond outfit. Or Max Bond outfit of a character. Ditch 3, because that's in Footy 10 category territory. Who knows, maybe we get funky with... There we go. It's a late reach, but it's a reach nonetheless. Don't. 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 I'm in danger. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, because the only thing I know about Toho is its absolute prevalence. I know nothing else about it, about any of the characters, about the story, if there is one, about why people like it so much. I know nothing. Yes. Fucking poggers. Can I get an aura? The music is also pretty big. Yeah, that's true. I've heard that. Hold on. Okay, this is a wild shot in the dark. Does Toho have anything to do with Bad Apple? Because I know Bad Apple. Okay, okay. I thought I had an inkling. I was like, Toho music. Wait, is that where Bad Apple is from? Clocked it. Okay. Because Bad Apple is on the level of, like, Doom and stuff, where it's like, people will just put it on everything. And I've had no idea where it's from. But that makes sense. That is the only other property I can think of that has that much prevalence. Okay, it's a remix of a character theme. That's cool. I think that's really neat. Bit to the west. But yeah, I'm really excited to start digging into modding. Because, like, I really like coding. But coding, like, things to exist on their own is very intimidating to me. Yeah, I assumed when you said the music is very big, I was like, oh, it's like there's 12,000 trillion tracks, each of which is a terabyte. Yeah. I considered buying one of the games that was recommended as like a, if you liked Persona, you might like whatever, was a oh, come on. Well, there's the other dragons. That's all my points. I just got those. It was like a Toho dungeon crawler. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll check that out, and then I just never did. But I was like looking up, and it was like a big publication. I don't know if it was Polygon but it was like a bigger publication. Like number 1 or 2 on their list was like, oh, check out this weird Toho game. It just takes all the Toho characters and puts them in a dungeon. And is like, this is a dungeon crawler now. And I'm like, okay. Damn it. Gotta head Bear East. Yeah, Toho is an enigma to me. I know very little about it, and I don't really care to learn all that much more, at least on my own. No, it's interesting hearing about it, but... And so whenever I see something that's Toho, I'm like, oh, that's the thing that everybody knows about. That's the thing that everybody is a fan of. But I was also, during the break, I was looking up potential bean salad ideas. And so many of them are like, add cucumber, or here's a complicated dressing to make that will elevate it. And it's like, I already have a dressing in mind. I'm not going to buy cucumber. Or, like, have you considered adding this thing that will not keep well in the fridge? Like, have you considered adding some, like, shredded meat to it to make it more interesting to you? And it's like, but that's not going to sit fine in the back of my fridge for a week. I don't care how much vinegar you put in the dressing. I don't think you should put that in the fridge for more than a couple days. I just want more ideas of stuff to put in my salad. Because I want it to be interesting. So that it's high value. So that I seek it out. Because that's the point. Theoretical Sanchoku in 567. Like, not happening, but possible. Go for 5-8. Not a bad weight at all. We're Dora 1. No Ipatsu, unfortunately. Ugh, crunchy neck today. The weather has been interesting recently. Had a lot of pressure shifts, which has not been good for my body. At the very least, fingers crossed, we haven't had a ton of snow recently. So, like, getting to the store is not going to be a huge slog. Nora is unfortunate, but we're back above 25, so... Currently minus 10C and snowing. Oh no! I'm so sorry. How cold is minus 10C? I'm gonna look it up. I'm not gonna make you answer my question. I'm a dumb American. Minus 10C in NAP. 14. Okay. That's not the worst, but it's not good. It's pretty cold. I saw a British person complaining. It's in the middle of the day, true, so it'll get colder. I saw a British person complaining that I generally, like, when British people complain about the weather, I try not to, like, be on them about it, because, like, I know infrastructure is different, and, you know, the amount of insulation in houses and stuff varies from place to place, and that kind of stuff, so it can feel colder if you don't have a way to get respite from it, and that kind of stuff. But I did see this person loudly proclaiming on the internet that Britain has the harshest winters. And no American could possibly understand how cold it gets. And at that point, I'm like, cool, you have signed away your right to complain about this by claiming that you have it worse than anybody else on the planet. And they were saying it's so cold, it gets down to 2 degrees Celsius. Bitch, that's not even freezing. What are you talking about? It gets down to 2 degrees Celsius. I don't need a conversion to know that that's weak shit. We're out here wearing shorts in that weather. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's insane to complain that 2 degrees Celsius is the worst winter. Now, if a British person was like, hey, it's getting down to 2 Celsius out here. It's really cold. I'm really not enjoying this weather. I'd be like, yeah, that's cold. I'm sorry. But as soon as you come out swinging, like, no American could possibly understand how bad British winters are. Done. Done. You've handed away your complaint card. You can't complain anymore. You're not allowed. Right? And, like, I, as an American, am like, that's a weak sauce. I don't live in Canada. I live close. But I... Like, come on. Really? You're gonna complain about the temperature and then give me a positive number in the more favorable temperature scale. Fucking ludicrous. I'm not gonna close con. That is handing a bullet to my enemies. No, thank you. I got fucking nothing here. I'm not creating more Dora. Especially not for this Ipatsu bullshit over here. Kidding me? Although I guess it wouldn't have been sumo because the draw order would have been altered, but I'm not doing that shit. Are you kidding me? Please go talk to our northern brethren struggling out there. None of it. Oh god, not none of it. I don't know a lot of geography. I know enough to know none of it's up there. Holy. I do think that a lot of Americans get off a little easier than they should by when they're like, well, in America, winters can get down as low as... Oh, the con replacement tiles from the Dead Wall. Interesting. But, like, I feel like a lot of Americans, when citing how cold it gets, because this argument happens every fucking year, every winter we do this, they will cite temperatures from Alaska, and it's like, if you don't live in Alaska, you do not get to cite temperature data from Alaska. You don't. It's so far removed. It's like saying the United States has beautiful beaches and pointing to Hawaii. Like, that's essentially a sovereign nation. You can't do that shit. Like, that's an overseas territory. You don't get to claim Alaska temperatures. That said, I think there are far too many British people who complain about Americans not knowing shit and then proceed to show their entire ass on the internet, not knowing anything. US has wonderful tropic beaches, points at the Northern Mariana Island. Exactly. It's like saying, like, Spain pioneered the use of the chili pepper because they once had control of, like, what is now the southwestern United States and Mexico, right? Like, it's completely out of pocket. That's an entirely different thing. or that like the shrimp po' boy is a French dish. I did see, God, like I love when British people like learn something and it changes their, like it allows them to appreciate the vast diversity of American culture, or just generally non-European culture, a lot more. Like I really love when British people open their horizons and are like wowed by the majesty of like the cultures of the world. Um, I hate when they turn that shit into content. And I hate this with Americans too, but I feel like I see it more from British people, maybe because I've filtered the Americans out of my algorithm. Um, is the wrong discard? Probably, because I could have done pair 5-6. This 1-2-3 Ipeco is not happening. 4-6-17 would have gotten you to Tenpai. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure Americans do it as well. I just don't see that as much. Is it a bad weight? 100%. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. But I really hate when I see British people like, never mind. I'm goated. I'm pogging. I'm champing. But I cannot stand it when British people turn it into content, turn their ignorance into content, right? Because like learning about stuff is beautiful, and I never want to discourage it. But like when people turn their ignorance about something into like a TikTok video, and the whole point of the TikTok video is them like watching a thing and reacting to it and going like, "What? I didn't know the Great Lakes were actually big. I thought they were puddles." It's like you're just showing your whole ass on the internet right now to rage bait people, and I hate it because it's working. Right? It's like I am enraged and I want to yell at you. So you've won. You've succeeded at rage baiting me, right? And shit that like I get thinking like, oh, the Great Lakes are very large lakes, which is technically true. But like I thought they were just little lakes. It's like they're called great. It's in the name. Like, can you read? It's really frustrating. Because like on one hand, the specific video I'm referencing was somebody listening to The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is a fantastic song. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It's about a shipwreck in the Great Lakes, in Lake Superior. It's an incredible song, just very good all around. About a very real tragedy. And when Gordon Lightfoot, the composer and singer of the song, passed away, because on the anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, they ring a bell for each member of the crew. And so when Gordon Lightfoot passed, they began to ring an extra bell because he brought a lot of attention to this famous shipwreck. And really like the song pays homage to the sailors who lost their lives and the majesty of the Great Lakes, but also like the terror of a body of water that large. So like he really was honoring the people who died. And this person's like listening to this song, and I'm like, yes, good. More people should be exposed to this piece of art. I should have kept my 4 because this is 40-10 territory with the 9. But the whole time he's like pausing and going like, the lake they call Gitchagumi, I don't understand. And it's like, don't make a TikTok about this then. Like, listen to the song and Google shit. Don't don't make this a TikTok. Just go away. Why are you doing this online in video form? I don't know. I'm not opposed to React content. Like, I'm very guilty of watching React content. I think it's lower brow, but like there's a time and a place for it. But like when it's so clearly rage baiting, it makes me rage. Have I considered not being on TikTok? I think it probably would be healthier for me. There was a while there where I successfully cut down on my TikTok time by quite a bit. And then recently, the fucking country has been falling apart more. And, TikTok is the place where I can see a video of a cat that drank too much water before bed and then got the zoomies, and so when it runs around, it sounds like a hot water bottle. And ain't nothing can replace that. Oh yeah, no, it's not new. It's not news that the country is falling apart. It's just more recently. Don't call me. Don't call me. Fuck! And like, I will say, as someone whose partner has limited a lot of TikTok interaction and has filled the void with YouTube shorts, I think all short form content has this problem. I don't think it's unique to TikTok. YouTube shorts is fucking poison. If I had the guts, I'd uninstall TikTok and go back to browsing on Xiaohongshu. I did that for a while as the TikTok ban was approaching, and that was honestly really nice. Formon would have been safer, yeah. I was in my maximizing value brain. I'm sorry. I was in my collect shiny click-clacks monkey brain. Which likes to think that it's my maximizing value brain. But I think all short-form content is this way, which sucks. Because my brain is slowly gearing itself towards short-form content, which is not good for my retention. I need more math rocks, yeah. I should get out my... I haven't played Pathfinder in a while. I need to get out my physical dice again. I have some nice opalite physical dice that I really like to use. They don't like me. They roll poorly for me, but I like to use them because they're shiny. Yeah, I play online, but one of my Pathfinder games, which has been on hiatus for a while. Oh my god, 3 Easts in my discard. I'm gonna cry. I'm sobbing and shaking. One of my Pathfinder games, which we play online, we just roll physical dice for, because then we get to use the shiny click-clacks. But I haven't had an in-person gaming session since the pandemic hit. Yeah. What are other... Artichoke hearts! That's what I couldn't remember! Artichoke hearts! I can get a can of artichoke hearts and chop them up and toss them in with the bean salad. That's what I want! That's what I want! I want artichoke hearts! That's my favorite vegetable, and they're already, like, marinated, so they'll go in it fine. I want artichoke hearts so bad. I don't know why it took the TikTok conversation to jog my memory that I want artichoke hearts. That's it. That's what I need. I'm not calling reach here. It's a really bad wait. I'm gonna try and improve it, or at least get Tanya so I don't have to call reach. If I can pick up a 6-peen. I don't know why I clicked this. I can't call Roan right now. But I may as well not give up my reach bet for the last, 20 tiles. The odds of me getting it are relatively low. That's safe. They're all calling reach. Sounds like a great way to lose your bet. Unless you're smarter than me. I'm gonna pretend this is safe. It was. That's all it took. Wow, we're just making a Dora factory, are we? That's terrifying. I'm already behind, yeah, but like, I think we're hitting exhaust. Well. I was gonna say, I think we're probably gonna hit exhaustive draw. So I don't want to give up my reach bet if it's just gonna go to this person. Like, I would push, but I think we were close enough to the end that it was not gonna happen there. Okay. No Norths on the table yet. Knock on wood. I'd love to get Seat Wind. That'd be very tasty. Well, so much for that. I like starting with the 1, 2, 3. That's nice. So artichoke hearts. I guess I can do Heart of Palm, but Heart of Palm is like artichoke hearts, like less sexy cousin. It just tastes like nothing. I feel like even if you marinated it, it still tastes like nothing. Right? Has Heart of Palm ever tasted good? I feel like it's just a texture thing for most people, right? Nobody actually likes Heart of Palm? Because Heart of Palm is literally like the middle of the palm tree, right? Yeah, it's like the inner core and growing bud of coconut palm. Okay, fucking... I googled it and the AI overview was like, it tastes like artichoke hearts, and that's a fucking lie. It tastes like nothing. Artichoke hearts are good and delicious. I think we try and con on the red dragon if we can to get some Dora in this hand. But it's so fucking bland. Like, artichoke hearts have a distinct flavor, right? And it's usually because they're marinated, right? They taste kind of like the oil and the herbs, but they have that sort of like, they're like a little acidic from the preservation process. And they're like vegetal. Heart of Palm tastes like an eraser. with the texture of a broccoli stem. Like, it's nothing. It's just a cylinder. It's a bland cylinder. I feel like it was because it has a lot of fiber. I think it was like really trendy to put it in salads in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. At least in the United States. It was always like, oh, I'm eating a salad. What is this thing? That's interesting. What are you? I've never enjoyed Heart of Palm. It's always just sort of been there. And I don't need to bulk out this salad. It's got beans. It's mostly beans. But I'm definitely adding artichoke hearts, because I fuck with artichoke hearts hard. That's a lot of points. Glad I'm not dealing. So I would have lost more points. Alright, I think we got time for one more. Yeah, it was very much a health trend. But it was among the like veggie sort of crunchy granola mom crowd, I think. And it was all salads, right? Kind of similar to like I want to say like the mid 2010s, like silken tofu caught on with white people as like a put this in a blender with some cocoa powder and it's a chocolate mousse, and it's like it's not, it's a tofu pudding, which isn't bad, but you can't call it a chocolate mousse. It's like 2-ingredient chocolate mousse. That kind of thing where it's like you put Heart of Palm in it and all of a sudden it's healthy because it's a health salad because of all the fiber. It's like, you know what else has fiber? The other vegetables you put in a salad. You don't need Heart of Palm. And I think it's because I think it's cultivated for its own sake, because it's the like budding, like sprouting palm tree. So it's not like they're cutting down whole palm trees. They're sprouting. It's like bamboo shoots, right? It's not like they're clearing a bamboo forest to make bamboo shoots. They grow baby ones for that. So I think it's like that, where it's, you know, it's not as bad as like agave, where it's like a whole plant that they are uprooting and fucking grinding down into juice. But it's still, you know, ecologically it's not great. Although I mostly for myself I'm focusing on nutritional content of my foods and not the morality of eating them, because I don't get to pick and choose. I'm already just trying hard to make sure that I'm putting food on the table. But it's one of those things where it's like, why would I get Heart of Palm? I don't know. Maybe it's incredibly subjective, and there are people out there that truly love the taste of Heart of Palm. But I have never tasted any flavor in a Heart of Palm, not even once. Well, there goes my east. That's fine. We're north. Dora is 8-mon. We have an adjacent. That's nice. Kill east. But I will say, I think I've probably already mentioned this, but the bean salads, fuck. It is the one, like, recipe trend that I will get down with. Because the first couple days it's fine. And maybe that was just because, like, I had to tweak the seasoning on mine a bit, because I eyeballed it. But after a few days, that marinade really soaks in. Like, the beans are flavorful all the way to the center. And I get to eat them with my fucking favorite thing, which is a vegetable pancake. I'm mostly into the vegetable pancake. But yeah, so I gotta get corn, artichoke hearts, onion, dressing. What else? Something else. But I'm making bean salad today. I'd get cream cheese too, because I'm gonna make big spaghetti. And I'm gonna try doing it with whole grain pasta, whole grain spaghetti. Because if I eat that and it's fine, I may as well just buy whole grain spaghetti. I mean, I'm gonna use the regular spaghetti I have left, but I'm mostly trying to make sure that I'm getting more nutrients in my diet. I'm less concerned with it being, like, quote-unquote healthy, and more concerned with it being nutrient-dense. Because, you know, I'm poor, and so what I can afford is, like, bread. So, I would like to make sure that I'm treating my body as kindly as I can with regards to a diversity of nutrients. I'm so glad I found those vegetable pancakes. They're so good. They're so tasty. And they stay in the freezer, so I don't even have to worry about fucking vegetables going bad. It's awesome. I hate having vegetables in my fridge and wondering when they are going to disintegrate. I hate it so much. I love having an easily accessible vegetable that I don't even have to, like, steam or anything. I can just put it in a frying pan and it cooks and it's done. It's so good. And it's crispy and tasty. I would eat salad every day of my life if I could. I just cannot. The amount of prep work and, like, fridge management that would take is beyond me. Oh, that's fun. My phone just lit up and I was like, oh, what's... You know, is it an important notification? No, it's Samsung saying that if I don't agree to a location's services terms and conditions, I won't receive nearby offers and coupons. What does that mean? I'm at my house. I don't want... What? I hate technology. I don't want this. I don't want that in my life. Get that out of here. Get it out of here. Throw that away. I don't want coupons. That was probably not wise. I guess I've swapped the waiting on 5 to waiting on 3, which is a slightly less than lateral move. Now it's a lateral move. Well, no, it's a less than lateral move because my 6 would have been Dora. It's like I don't want this. And like I've disabled every fucking Samsung service I've been able to find on my phone. Which is why I was like, oh, a notification. It must be something that I care about. Because I don't get notifications for shit I don't care about most of the time. Because I've fucking turned all that shit off. It's just like, you have to opt into location services terms and conditions if you want us to tell you that there's a deal on chicken at the store. It's like, you know how else I can know that? If I go to the store and there's a deal on chicken. That's one of the things where, like, I enjoy Shadowrun. I can't play it. It's too real. It's too real. That's actually why I prefer Shadowrun to Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk is just reality. Shadowrun at least is like, it's reality, but what if you were an elf? It's reality, but what if the owner of that mega corporation was a dragon? You know, like they are now, but dragons exist in fiction to be killed. Ever thought about that? Ever thought about dealing in? Ever consider it? Welcome to All Last, baby! I will say, one of the things that weirded me out was one of the levels in Dirtbag has all possible Dora turned on. Sorry, all possible Akadora turned on. So it's the 3s, 5s, 7s, and White Dragon. And I was like, wait, how do you mark that White Dragon is Dora? You just put a red dot in the middle of it. They just put a red dot. It might have been... I think it was just 3s, 5s, 7s White Dragon. It might have been 1 or 9. I don't know. It was only for the one level. But there was an Akka for each one of them. I do kind of like, Corey is like the Catboy. And his ability is really neat because you can throw... yeah, it was Akka on, you know, many available tiles. So it's one Akka for each thing. But Corey's ability is neat because you can, I think it's every other turn is the use limitation, but you can take a tile from your discards and throw it at another player. It becomes one of their discards, so it counts in their pile for the purposes of Footy 10, and they take damage. God damn it. And they take 2 damage or whatever, and that charges your MP. And then when you have 4 MP, for every 4 MP you have, you can use your alt, which essentially makes every hand count as if it had an additional 1 Hanyaku. Which means you can win with no Yaku. Oh, I think the date just ticked over in the game, so... Yeah. You can get that. There we go. I've done literally everything. Wait. Oh, it refreshes in 23 hours. I was like, wait, then how am I supposed to be able to afford this? Okay. But, you know what? Let's do a 10 pull here. Just for fun. Just to see what we get. Like, I'm not going to use the... Well... Who's coming up next on the pull thing? I figure we don't have enough time for another match, or I would. Mahjong Soul winner. Who's the next set? Because I might save a pull for that. I keep saying pull. I think I am actually saying pull and not pull. Damn foul shift. Rules for the cat food bowl. Alright, so this is through the 30th. And then who through the... Wait. Shishi and I... No, that's the men. Or is this the second set? Have we passed the first set? Maybe we've passed the first set. Nope, the second set is through the 12th. It is... I kind of want Elisa. Elisa's the girl with the sheep. I think she'd be cute. Do I pull now or no? Pull for Lin Lang or do I pull for Elisa in the new year? Do I have Dolls Girl? I don't have Dolls Girl. I have Red Panda Girl. Do I want Sheep Girl or do I want Dragon Girl? I'm gonna hold off on pulling then. Because I need to think about it. I need to think about it. And technically, this will still be going next week. So, oh, I did not want to click Sky High Vision. So, if I'm feeling it next week, then maybe I'll do a 10 pull on Lin Lang next week for Mahjong Monday. Okay, I'm gonna go to the store and assemble my bean salad. So I will see you all Wednesday. We're probably finishing Chrono Trigger. I can't imagine there's that much left. So we're playing Chrono Trigger Wednesday. We're probably finishing it. If we don't, we'll finish it Friday. Otherwise, Friday we will start In Stars in Time, which was a gift for me from a friend, because they said, "Oh my God, what do you mean you haven't played In Stars in Time yet? You love time travel. Why haven't you played In Stars in Time?" So I'll be playing that on Friday or next week, depending. I might stream Thursday on Crimbo, because I don't have plans, and I kind of just want to hang out. So maybe I'll do MSQ then, because I need to catch up. So maybe Gorilla Thursday stream. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll keep y'all appraised on my Blue Sky. Let's see what we can do. But yes, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. I have a new character now, and I'm excited. I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.